1. The alpha who mistook me for his Uber. So I was chilling outside the mall waiting for my food delivery, right? And suddenly this big, tall alpha dude, gym bro energy with fluffy hair, just beeline straight at me. I thought maybe I dropped something, maybe he's lost, maybe he's gonna ask for directions. No. This man pulls open my passenger door, he owns the car and goes, "Bro, I'm late. Drive." Excuse me? I blinked at him like a confused anime character. Before I can say anything he pauses, sniffs the air like a full body inhale, then squints at me and goes, "You're not my Uber. And you're an Omega." The audacity. I'm like, "Yeah. And you're in my car?" He jumps back like my Toyota is cursed and starts apologizing so dramatically the uncle selling coconuts nearby starts laughing. Then the alpha panics because apparently his real Uber was on the other side of the mall, and he tries to leave but then turns around again and asks, "Do you need a ride?" As an apology? "Sir, stop." I said no thank you, closed my door, drove home, and 5 minutes later my phone buzzes with a random number texting, "Sorry for sniffing you." Blocked. Immediately. 2. My coworker thought I was going into rut during a team meeting. So I work in an office that's 80% alphas, 20% stressed omegas, and like 2 betas who have seen everything and fear nothing. One day we're in a boring 9 a.m. meeting and the AC breaks. I start sweating because Cambodia heat is different. I'm fanning myself with a notebook, trying not to die. My alpha coworker, Brian, who has the emotional intelligence of a shoe, leans over and whispers, "Hey, are you okay? Are you going into pre-R?" No, he did not. I stared at him like he just confessed murder. The beta across the table choked on their iced coffee. I whisper back, "Bro, I'm just hot." And Brian deadass replies, "But you look flushed." The heat is heating, Brian. After the meeting he pulls me aside seriously, he's giving me medical advice. He offers me a protein bar and tells me, I googled signs of early omega cycles. "If you need to go home, I'll cover for you." I said, "I am not cycling. I am sweating." By lunchtime the entire office somehow heard Chris might go into cycle at work. I had to make a public announcement in the group chat to clarify. HR laughed. The beta HR. The alpha manager looked terrified. 3. The time an alpha claimed me as their destined match at a 7-Eleven. So I'm buying instant noodles at 7-Eleven because life is hard, right? I reach for the last Tom Yum flavor, and a hand grabs it at the same time. Alpha hand. Big hand. Veiny hand. We both freeze like it's a K-drama. He sniffs. I blink. He goes, "Fate, fate? Over noodles?" He refuses to let go and literally says, "I felt a pull. You're supposed to be by my side. Bro, I just want my 3 a.m. snack." The cashier is watching like it's a soap opera. I tell him, "Let go before I bite you." He smiles like that's supposed to impress me and says, "Feisty." I like that. "Sir, I will call the police." Eventually the cashier coughs loudly and goes, "If you want a fight, go outside. People are trying to buy bread." He lets go and says, "If we're meant to be, we'll meet again." I never step foot into that 7-Eleven ever again. For alpha roommate who set off the fire alarm trying to scent the apartment. My alpha roommate decided one day that our apartment felt too beta. Whatever that means. So he buys essential oils and boils them on the stove to spread his scent. I wake up to smoke everywhere and him waving a towel dramatically screaming, "I was just trying to be comforting." The fire alarm is going off. The neighbors think we're cooking fireworks. I'm coughing like an old engine. Later he sheepishly asks, "Did it at least smell comforting?" It smelled like a burnt alpha ego. 5. The alpha who tried to protect me from my own reflection. So I'm walking through the mall, minding my business, shopping for bubble tea and emotional stability. I pass this big decorative mirror outside a clothing store. I glance at myself. Cute. Normal. Suddenly this random alpha sprints toward me like he's in an action movie. He grabs my shoulders dramatically and goes, "Don't worry, you're safe now. Sir." What? I'm too shocked to even breathe properly. I'm safe from what? And he points at the mirror. The reflection. My own face. He thought another alpha was eyeing me up suspiciously. My reflection was the threat. I tell him, "That's me." He blinks, looks at the mirror, looks back at me, squints. Then he actually says, Wait. You're an omega? I thought you were a beta who needed saving. OMG, thank you? Bro then apologizes by offering to buy me bubble tea and escort me to my grab like he's my unpaid bodyguard. I declined because I feared he'd start a fight with a window. 6. When an alpha tried to sniff check me at the DMV. So I'm at the DMV, already hell. The line is long, the air smells like defeat, and the fluorescent lighting is actively bullying me. Behind me is an alpha who keeps fidgeting like he needs to go pee. Suddenly he leans forward and goes, "Hey, are you leaking? Leaking? Am I a water bottle?" I turn around ready to fight. He waves his hands and goes, "Oh no, I meant like omega scent leakage? I have a really sensitive nose, sorry. Brother, I am wearing deodorant and depression. That's it." Then, and this is where he lost his mind, he does a tiny sniff. A sample sniff. Like he's testing soup. The lady in front of me gasped so loudly she inhaled her face mask. I said, "If you sniff me again, I'll throw you into traffic." The alpha apologized by standing 2 meters behind me like a disgraced guard dog for the rest of the line. 7. The time an omega parked in an alpha spot and started a whole dominance war. So my apartment has designated alpha, beta, omega parking spots. Dumb but okay. One night I get home super late, all the omega spots are full, so I park in an empty alpha one. I think nothing of it. Then at 6 a.m., I wake up to banging on my door. I open it to see 3 alphas standing there like Avengers. One goes, "Did you park in spot O12? And I'm like half asleep, wearing a Minion shirt, whispering maybe? They start sniffing dramatically like bloodhounds. Then they all look offended. Apparently smelling omega scent in an alpha spot is like a cultural crime. One alpha says, "We must reclaim the territory." Bro, it is concrete. They make me watch them do this whole dominance ritual where they stand in a triangle and roar, then resent the parking spot by rubbing their wrists on the car bumper. I'm just standing there holding my iced coffee, neutral face, raised hand. Afterward they bow to me, and say, "You may park there again. Only with alpha supervision." Sir, I just needed sleep. 8. Alpha at the gym tried to correct my posture and nearly got kicked. I'm doing squats, listening to girl group music, vibing. Suddenly an alpha taps my shoulder. I take off my headphones and he goes, "I noticed your form is a little off. Want help?" I say, "No thanks." He nods. And then helps anyway. He puts his hands on my waist like he's adjusting a mannequin. The omega inside me and the Cambodian auntie inside me both activated. I screamed, "Touch me again and I will slap the testosterone out of you." Everyone turned. The alpha froze like a glitching NPC. He apologized so fast his words overlapped and then backed away into a treadmill and fell. Gym staff asked if I wanted to ban him. I said no, humiliation was punishment enough. 9. Beta friend accidentally outed my secondary gender in class. In uni, I never told anyone I was an omega because I didn't want the weird attention. Then one day, my beta bestie, bless his soul but also curse him, borrows my water bottle. He drinks, stops, sniffs, sniffs again. Then loudly goes, "Bro, why does this smell like an omega water bottle?" The whole class turns to stare at me. The alpha TA looks like he just detected prey. I whisper scream, "Shut up." My friend, confused, asks even louder, "Wait, are you not an omega?" Literal. Silence. I wanted to dig a hole, move in, start a new life. After class 3 alphas held the door open for me, 2 omegas asked if we could be sent buddies, and a beta offered to buy my water bottle for research. I switched water bottles and classes. 10. The time an alpha tried to shelter me from a thunderstorm and got hit by my umbrella. The last one, and this one is so stupid. It starts raining like apocalypse level rain. I take out my umbrella. A random alpha runs at me, dramatic slow motion, arms outstretched yelling, "Omega, get under my jacket, it's safer." I have an umbrella? He tries to shield me with his jacket anyway, but trips on the wet floor and collides with me. We both fall. My umbrella hits him. He screams, "I'm just trying to help." I sit up soaked and annoyed. He looks at me, totally devastated, and whispers, "Did I fail as an alpha?" Bro, it's rain, not a dragon. He insisted on walking me home to regain his honor. I let him because honestly at that point the chaos was entertaining.